Hey, my guys, JD, Junior, how are you guys doing? It is February. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We got the NBA All-Star game coming up. March Madness. We had the Grammys tonight. A lot of stuff is cracking. What's going on down there?
Man, I'm just thankful to be alive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah, me and Kris are both under the weather a little bit, but we're committed to this podcast for y'all out there. We out here. We're not gonna miss it, right? We coming in. All right, we coming in with it.
Hey, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. Am I right? Hey, speaking of health, let's just get this out there. Gitano's picks are looking real healthy. He is 10-2 on his picks for picking all the front runners. Congratulations. The risk takers of the group, me and Junior, come in at a 7-5 and 5-7 record, respectively. Speak on it, gentlemen.
Look, I'm the only one out here taking real risks. Okay, y'all are. Even Kris likes to say he's taking risks.
I picked the Browns in the first round in the wild card weekend.
But you know what? I stand by all my picks. And if you look at how the games went down, especially last weekend, I feel like we're talking about a couple of choke jobs by some teams. Like the other teams didn't win the games. The teams that lost it themselves. So I stand by those picks.
What did Herm Edwards say, Junior?
You play.
Okay, I didn't play or pick a team to risk takes. No, the question was who's gonna win the game.
But you're not playing the game. You're not the one out there.
Between us, I am.
He didn't say that about picks.
The three of us. Hello, we play to win the game. So therefore, I'm not picking. I'm just picking winners.
If there was some,
I'm just saying. That's all.
All right.
That's all.
I'll give you it. Let's get that out of the way.
Next.
All right. Now let's look at next week. Who'd you pick for next week, there, Mr. High Horse?
You know who it is. I got the complexion for the protection. That's Patrick Mahomes, baby. Let's go.
I picked that one too. I think Junior, you picked them too. No, you picked the Niners.
No, I picked the Chiefs, and we can run the tape back. But I reluctantly picked the Chiefs. I'm not going to bet against Mahomes.
It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick against them.
I'm not going to pick Brock Purdy to beat Mahomes in a damn Super Bowl. Yeah, it could happen. Lots of things could happen, but I'm not going to bet on it happening. And you can say all you want about the Chiefs' offense not being what they were, but that defense it's better than I even thought it was. They are relentless, and that defensive coach, he's got a real impact on. He's finally got the players to make the impact on his scheme, and it's showing out. And the 49ers defense is still good. It's not like 2-3 years ago good though, where they were just manhandling people. So I think I'm sticking with that Chiefs.
I gotta second that, Junior. Spags he's in his bag and he's acting as Spag. He's got Bolt, McDuffie, Chris Jones. A couple lighter complexion guys at linebacker. Those guys are flying around, making plays, and listen. God bless Brock Purdy if he stays in the game, because I think these guys are coming for
him. Guys, I just want to take this moment to recognize us as dads in this moment, and just the return of the dad bod. The Pat Mahomes pick that came out from their celebration in the locker room. That's how I look, bro. I'm happy. Let's go.
I just take that as people are so mad. They're hot. That dude can be the best in the world, maybe the best ever at what he does. and look like that. I mean, that people are just they're salty that they can't do that. And like, sure, whatever, you can shave him if you want to, but he's doing everything he needs to do. Okay, he's not Luka out there. And look, I like Luka's game. He's good, but like Luka could be toned up a little. Okay, and I think he could take the next step if he did that. Mahomes is already the best in the world. He ain't got nothing to prove, man. What's he got to prove?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we're getting to that territory where it's greatest ever, right? And he's still so damn young. But you look at it. You're comparing him to Brady, right? And Brady has the championships, and that's what you're comparing him to. But if you strip all that and just look at them as two quarterbacks, I'm going Patty Mahomes, man. Fatty Patty or not. And ironically, both them dudes have terrible athletically shaped bodies. So again, shout out to dudes that aren't as in shape. And like my man Kenny Powers says, I play real sports. I'm not trying to be the best in the world at working out.
Hey, I'm not sure if you guys saw the clip what Shannon Sharp said. He said, I don't want my quarterback with all those muscles. You know what I'm saying? I don't need him having all those muscles. He needs to be limber, and shout out to his dad. His dad might not even make it to Vegas. DUI. We got to put up the mug shot. You know what I'm saying? His dad was probably out there
that's criminal
smoking
behavior,
on that
man.
Joe Burrow pack.
Third DUI.
You know what I'm saying? So Patrick Mahomes Sr., hopefully you can get some straightening.
Yeah, he need to get some help, man, because that's criminal behavior right there. Three DUIs. I mean, that is dangerous, man. That is just straight.
Yeah, they take your license for a minute when that happens, man.
Yeah, bro.
Among other things.
Hey, speaking of body types, though, we got a tale of the tape to look at here between two quarterbacks. One is getting paid a bag of Pringles, and the other one is getting paid a bag of Gucci. One is a fraud, and one is the GOAT. They both wear like red and yellowish colors. What else is there to talk about between these two dudes? I think everyone knows that Brock Purdy's a fraud. He's already overachieved, and Fatty Patty's the GOAT. So, move on, or we got something else?
I mean, I'm already on record literally 5 minutes ago on this podcast saying that I can't go for Purdy over Mahomes. So I mean, we know where I stand. But Kris, watch out, talking that mess. You saw Purdy clap back at Cam Newton's comment that he was the 10th best player on his own team.
What did he say? I didn't see that.
He said something along the lines of like there's 90 quarterbacks signed on rosters in the league, and you're not one of them.
You did a Google search.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, okay. Now, of course, I'm saying that on the headline I read. So, like, if that turns out to be false, whatever. But it's still funny. Okay, it's funny.
I fell for a false headline.
You touched something there.
Okay. Oh, but hold on. I want to hear that. I want to hear Chris' headline.
Go ahead.
It was Seth Curry. I don't know if you guys saw this viral video going around like 3 months ago. Seth Curry in a car taking a selfie video, hitting a blunt and drinking some lean. And they said he had been kicked out of the league and was at like a rehab center. And it looked so legit. Okay. I fell for it, and I texted KJ. I was like, "Did you hear about this?" And like an hour later, I found out it was fake. But you guys didn't see that? I'll show you. It was legit.
Deep fake got you, bro.
Anyway, I derailed you. JD.
Yeah, Jatana, what I bring up for you?
Well, I just think that just goes to, black quarterbacks being personalities, and, Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick, those guys not getting their just due and getting another opportunity to continue playing football. Because, I hate to say it, but Tebow, nobody brought Tebow back because everybody wants to talk to the backup quarterback, But I think Cam could probably still play. We all know that Kaepernick could have still played, but that's another subject for another day. But
here's what I don't like about that take, Jatana.
What?
the first thing you said distracted everything else you said after that for me, and you actually made a good point. And then, in making a good point, you didn't need to say what distracted anyway. You said it's black quarterback thing. Black quarterbacks have big personalities. But then so I was thinking about that the whole time. But then you threw Tebow in, and it's like, well, yeah, you're right. You made a great point about like no one wants to talk to the backup quarterback, but like same could be true if Peyton Manning was your backup quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so then Kris, let me ask you this then. We've made a lot of progress, right? So like, have we officially broken down like the barrier of like, okay, a black quarterback gets the same exact treatment, and you know,
I don't say the same
right?
treatment,
as a white
but
quarterback.
I would say that it has come a long way since Michael Vick and Donovan McNabb were like the only two black quarterbacks in sight. But
I think too much money on the line now. If you can play, I don't think
exactly. I think if you can play, it doesn't matter.
The same,
I would agree with Chutano's point of saying black quarterbacks probably have a higher ratio of having large personalities more than white quarterbacks, and that can be distracting for a team if they're the backup. Yes,
but Russell Wilson draws that back so much that like he's like a -10 for black quarterbacks. So that's like true. It evens everything out, man, because he's just bland, man. Bro. And I would say, Chutano, to your point, Cam Newton, the injuries racked up. I'm not saying he couldn't still play and be productive, but those injuries.
Yeah, I'm just what I'm saying really is just it's the personalities and them just taking the air out in the locker room on them. All the press is next to them. Like that's like when Ocho Cinco and then went to the Super Bowl when they played the Giants. This guy doesn't even play, but they gave him a booth on media day at the Super Bowl because everybody wants to talk to him, and that's why these guys are not in the NFL. Kaepernick could have played in the NFL. Let's be honest. Way more than Cam Newton because he didn't have the injuries. He was really blackballed out of the league, and that's.
I think he knew. I think he had some degree of acceptance of that happening when he took his stance. I'm not knocking him at all. Not saying it's right, but I think he had to know that there would be some fallout.
I think, we all agree. Whatever buyout he got with the NFL,
I bet he fought.
You know what I'm saying? He's good, but it still is one of those things. Purdy's taking a jab. Just like, Cam Newton show, he talked some pretty good game on his show. And he's right. Purdy's, I was, when you said that, I was like, I started counting in my head, how many players are better than Brock Purdy? Because I can count at least 6.
At least.
Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, no, I don't think Cam was off base with the feedback.
So, let's be honest.
And also, Purdy doesn't have enough time. Purdy doesn't have enough time. He doesn't have a long enough resume. Because it's still early enough where you could say, oh, you could look at the scheme, look at the team, look at the coach, and say, like, okay, they're propping him up. Like, he's got to do this for 2-3 more years before he's going to start getting respect about top QB in the league. I mean, that takes time. I mean, Lamar is still fighting to be considered a top QB in the league, and he really didn't help his case this year, obviously.
I just counted off of my head, and he's like 8 or 9. Not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
And I didn't.
Hold on. Was Juszczyk ahead of him? Because if you're talking position-wise,
and that's what I was gonna say. Because if you put Juszczyk, the fullback, he's 9 or 10. So I just did that in my head. So he's not wrong. So I'm gonna say Cam was right.
The best in this position.
I'm gonna say Cam was right.
Oh, I don't think we're arguing that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your take on just kind of the culmination of the Super Bowl being in Vegas? All this emphasis on the halftime show, Taylor Swift being there, ticket prices, just the spectacle of it all. You got a take on that, JD?
I love it. More eyes, the better. It grows the game. Obviously, it's a worldwide sport. Again, football is king. It's going to be the number one watch Super Bowl. It could be. And I don't even want to say that because of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, okay, she's just a bonus. Like, we bring in everything full. It's the culture. Football is the culture when it comes to sports. Just like hip-hop is the culture of arts and fashion and all that. Football is the culture of sports. They know how to do it in so many different ways. They didn't take up the NBA's day now on Christmas. That, like you said, Kris, they got NFL Live 365. It never stops. But I think it's great. The Vegas, I mean, come on. 65,000 people are going to be there. Obviously, the regular Joe, we can't afford to go to the Super Bowl. Ticket prices are $8,000 for just getting into the door. It's absurd that, when the Raiders make it to the Super Bowl, Junior, I'm going to have to cut off a couple fingers and toes for us to get to go to the Super Bowl. I see it coming sooner than later, but it's crazy, and I'm excited because the halftime show is going to be great. Obviously Jay-Z won an Emmy for the halftime show for Rihanna. So I think that this halftime show is going to be just as great with Usher Raymond. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say a little bittersweet in that it's in Vegas, and how cool would it be for the Raiders?
I was just gonna say,
Vegas,
do you guys want your Raiders rant? You want your Raiders minute? You got a new coach.
No, I don't know. I don't need it.
Okay.
I don't need it right now. I'm just saying, no team. I can't be that salty because no team has ever played a Super Bowl in their home stadium. It just has never been in the cards. Right?
Yes, it has.
LA
The Rams and Tampa Bay.
Wait,
and
Tampa Bay was the first team, and then the Rams did it.
Yeah, bro, both recent.
So it's happened twice in the last 4 years.
They both won.
Okay, and they won it too. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Okay.
How you forget the TB and TB, bro?
Shit, I'm wrong. All right. Hey, I'm not too big to accept when I was wrong.
It's okay.
All right. So it would be great to be it would be
it would be an honor.
How about that? I changed.
Hey, all right, man. Let's flip it over to the other sport that's going on right now. The NBA. We have the All-Star break coming up, and that also means the trade deadline coming up. I think the most fun topic to talk about, probably the least likely to happen, but the most talked about, is LeBron James. Is the king going to get moved? I think they get moved. I think if the Lakers can get in return something that puts them in immediate contention, they do it. I think LeBron has a lot of control over what happens on the court and over, the players they bring in to help him. But I think ultimately, if they want to move him, they're going to move him. And if they can get something that will put them in, a top 3 team for this year, they do it. And I think LeBron might be open to moving if that means better odds with playing with his son next year.
Well, I gotta let JD weigh in on this.
Now you go first. You go first. I'm gonna go last.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, Kris, here's what I would say. Jeannie Buss has shown in the past her loyalty to players to a fault. That last contract to Kobe, the thank you contract, we know we're not winning nothing, but thank you for everything you've done contract. Unless LeBron comes to ownership and says, I want out, trade me, it is not going to happen. And I feel like LeBron would look at that as like a blemish on his record, getting traded mid-season. That would be like
I think if any franchise could do it, if any franchise could trump the greatness of LeBron and say we don't care about your legacy, it's the Lakers. So that's why I think there's a chance. But any other team, you're absolutely right.
LeBron James doesn't have a no trade clause, but he has a I'm LeBron James clause,
understanding.
And Snoop Dogg said this on the what podcast was it? All the Smoke. He said Jeannie Buss need to move some furniture. And some furniture needs to get moved, some big pieces. And I'm not against trading LeBron, but my question is, because I'm a LeBron fan, he's a class of 2003, you know what I'm saying, grad like us.
He's 1984.
You know, but my question is a December baby, June bug, you know what I'm saying? But what do we get in return, really? Because I don't want a 2028 2028 first round pick. No, that's
No,
not,
you got
that's
to get
what you're
good
gonna
now.
get. Yeah, so I don't think there's a move that's going to happen that's going to help the Lakers. If LeBron gets moved, it's to help that team win a chip. And I just don't.
Yeah, if LeBron gets moved, that's the Lakers throwing the towel in on the season. There's no getting back assets to be a competitor. The second they trade him,
It's a
it's
wrap.
tank time. Like there is no way that they are going to trade him.
Hey,
and
you know
still
what we
be
doing
the
right here when we
contenders.
get there? We throwing in this white flag right here, cuz. We throwing in this white towel right here. We're going
But
to throw it in. Hey,
Hey,
we're
okay.
throwing it in.
Just humor me. LeBron goes back to Miami. Miami sends back Bam
The rookie.
and Jimmy and the rookie.
No.
Why would
I
they?
said humor me. I'm saying,
Then LeBron's in this. LeBron's in
but
the
it's
same
not
place
LeBron
he's
calling
in
the
LA
shots
with a
though.
bunch of
It's
bums
that's
around
the
him.
Lakers getting back. Okay, that is extreme. But
LeBron doesn't want to see Pat Riley again.
but
You
it's
know,
not up
he don't
to
want to
him.
see him.
It's not up to him. You know,
It
like
is.
I think he
The
has.
only
I think
place
it's a
that LeBron needs to
49-51.
go-
I think in this situation
He
it's
needs
a
to go to New
49-51
York.
split. New York,
He
no,
needs to go to
you
New
can't
York.
mess with New York right now. They are playing well, man. They had a 9-game winning streak, like their longest
Hey,
winning streak in 10 years, something like that.
Okay, but here's the question: Is the twilight coming for LeBron? I mean, does he even have that kind of star power right now at his age, where a team's going to give up 2 first rounds or
If
bunch
they
of
need to sell
assets for
tickets,
him? I mean, don't
if
get me
the
wrong,
business side needs help, and if they, I don't know who owns what picks, but if it gives him a better chance of playing with his son next year, that sets up for every single game being a fucking standing room only sellout.
bro, his son can't even get minutes on a college.
Doesn't matter though. Like you said, it's LeBron.
I don't think that's realistic.
He played good against Oregon.
Bill Walton was on one, man. I watch any game Bill Walton calls. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, Chris.
Bro,
Answer your question, Chris.
you're pro,
I don't know.
You're pro
I don't
Bill
know.
Walton?
I don't know what happens. I think that it's up to LeBron. But as a Laker fan, you ride this ship, and if we lose him, we lose him. You know what I'm saying? We were sorry when we got him, and when he leaves, we'll be sorry again. It's all good. We got a chip out of you. We got the in-season tournament. We raised a couple banners. All right. Keep it moving.
What else? What other trade
Yeah,
rumors?
I don't know.
Mikal Bridges' name has been out there. Obviously, we talked Trae Young, and it sounds like DJ Murray is all but likely to be moved. Zach LaVine.
Oh, somebody who's not being moved.
Yeah.
He's hurt. So Zach LaVine is not being moved like we thought.
He can still get moved though.
Hey, and what did I say on the podcast though? The dude couldn't stay healthy, and I wouldn't be surprised
he's out
if he
for
got
the
hurt
season.
again. And
I
he's
didn't
out
know
for
it
the
was for the
season.
season.
Like season, and our boy, at least my boy, I think Jatano's the one hating on him.
The
on
big
Joel Embiid,
motherfucker.
Out for the big motherfucker, bro. That's so funny. They say he's gonna be reevaluated, but
Their season's over.
for all intents and purposes.
Their season's
he's out
over.
for the year.
So Memphis season over. Chicago never had a season. Philly season's over. And I was listening
Charlotte.
to there was someone like I think it was James Worthy or somebody on NBA TV was saying like, as long as you're in the top 3, 4, 5 teams, all it takes is one team ahead of you to get an injury, and it could be your season. You know, like you find your way through those cracks, and you just it's a war of attrition. And I mean, fuck, if the Nuggets stay healthy, you know, I feel like that's how they won last year. It's just they stayed healthy, they stayed playing well, and everybody else kind of fell off, or you know, they weren't gelling at the right time. So,
I mean, what do the Nuggets look like if Joker's hurt? We know what they look like if Murray and Gordon, all those guys aren't there.
Exactly.
But what if Joker's not there?
yeah.
Regardless, if Murray's not there, they don't win.
Well,
don't
I get
care.
that,
Like,
but
no
they
way
still make
win
it
a
to the
7-game
playoffs.
championship
If Joker's not there, do they make it to the playoffs?
Well, if he got hurt today, yeah, because of the record currently. But nah, man, if he early in the season, he gets hurt,
And honestly,
they're
like,
not.
and their chemistry, their balance with Porter Jr. and KCP and Aaron Gordon. If any one or two of those guys go down, you know, it's a different rotation. It's just, you know, they're off. So it is Jokic is the key for absolute sure. But you know, they can be taken down, like you said, with Jamal Murray going out. I think the Suns. I think the Suns are going to gel at a good time. And I was watching their game against the Wizards today, and the Brad Beal revenge game, and he was torching them. Not much of a revenge, kind of a Wizards revenge game. But the commentator made a point of the Suns wanted to get Nurkic to guard Jokic in the playoffs, and I hadn't really thought about that. If their star players can come to gel, Nurkic shows up, and there's another level of pride that he plays for when he goes against Jokic. Jokic always gets the better of him, but I think he plays at a different level and puts up numbers that other dudes don't.
Well, he can play him better than a lot of other people in the league, right? That's a compliment, okay? You just defend him tough, make him work. And that's really all you can ask for. I mean, if he's at the end of the game tired, you got a lot better shot of winning that game if you can gas Jokic out through the 4 quarters. So I agree with that. But does the Steven Adams trade to Houston do it for anybody?
He's not playing.
I mean, Houston's having under. But they say he'll be back in a few weeks or something like that. Like he's coming back.
I saw he's not playing until
So
next
like.
year. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So you brought up a good point though about Nurk, and Nurk's actually playing really well this year. I think he's focused. You know, he knows his role. I'm the 5th man on the totem pole. You know, where he couldn't really figure out if he was number 2 or 3 when he was in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
But
he has Eubanks and Bol, so it's not all on him, you know.
And I think that, like, when it comes to defending the Joker, I think you got to just beat the crap out of the Joker like Dwight Howard did when they played in the bubble. And the Joker didn't know how to take Mr. Dwight Howard. That was like, because he was on him and just fouling him, being aggressive. And, like, you got to hurt him. Like, that dude is skilled. The dude doesn't pick up a basketball all year and then comes and gives you a triple-double, 30, 10, and 10 every night. Like, that's skill. And it's kind of dangerous because the dude, you know, he's got that bop to him. And, you know, that was a good series between the Lakers and Denver in the bubble in the Western Conference Finals. But the Joker is good. But like you said, that's a good point, Chris, with Nurkic, he's good enough to cause him problems as far as his shoulders. He's wide enough. When you put those slim guys like an AD, he can it's a mouse in the house, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't doing that with the Bosnian Beast.
And just Nurkic is such an easy guy to root for, man. I felt for him at the end of the Portland days. It was like, I mean, that clearly just wasn't a good fit. It turned out to be something different than I thought it was. But by all accounts, man, dude's just a good teammate. He carries himself well off the court. I just find it really easy to root for him, man. I'm gonna root for him. And since I don't like the Nuggets at all, hell yeah, I'm gonna hope Nurk takes it to Jokic in the playoffs.
Okay, so we have some movement. I think there's going to be some moves. I don't think anything major is going to go down. I don't think LeBron's going to get traded. I was just trying to be the antagonist there. But the other thing people are talking about are these All-Star snubs and Trae Young not making it, Dame being a starter over some other dudes in the East, and I think it's all a lot of talk. I think Dame has been on the snub side a lot of times and hadn't been a starter on the West because the Blazers were never good enough and because Steph Curry was in the West. And, the Bucks were doing their thing and he was the reason for that. So I think he earned that starting spot and the haters, are going to hate. But what do you guys think? Any snubs?
I'll say this. Because the Knicks have been playing really well, does Brunson deserve their start over Dame? That's really the only, I think that I think they got it right. I love seeing Banchero, you know what I'm saying, the young bull. I'm still not a fan of Donovan Mitchell. I love how Shaq called him out when he was in Utah, and ain't nothing changed. Darius Garland, ain't nothing changed, man. LaMelo, I think I saw him on a wanted ad, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause he's missing. What happened to the All-Star? Trae Young, okay, y'all went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Y'all definitely got buried because y'all ain't been nowhere since. Does Jimmy Butler deserve it? I don't, does
What has
he
he done
really
this
play?
year?
I think Maxey maybe deserves a start.
Nah, not to start. Nah,
maybe?
Nah, not to start. And
But-
here's the thing: I'm looking up the Knicks schedule, and people started making the Brunson argument a little bit the day the starters were announced. But then that was the start of the Knicks run, and so now they're like, "Oh, he should have been a starter." But motherfucker, the starters were announced before they went on that run. So shut up. He made an All-Star team. It's his first time. He's grateful as shit. If you saw him the post-game interview at MSG the night that he was
TNT,
All-Star, yeah, he doesn't care if he's starting or not. So other people need to shut up.
Yeah, I think this is a tough year for snubs. I mean, people really really want to see Sabonis get on the team. It's tough to lead the league in rebounds and not make the All-Star team. But I'm not looking at this list saying, oh yeah, for sure, I'd plug Sabonis in over this dude or that dude. Does he deserve it? Yeah, probably. Did he get it? Nah, he didn't. I'm not taking him over Towns. I'm not taking him over
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, no way. Just no way. Sorry. I'm not going to do it. So maybe De'Aaron Fox has the most to be mad about.
Have they named the replacements yet?
Maybe.
Or does that come this week?
Who's hurt?
Embiid. And one other dude on the East.
Haliburton.
Yep. Maybe, or is it Bam? No, Randall. It's Randall. Julius Randall. He stays injured.
He's not an All-Star.
Yep.
He is?
Yep, reserve.
Yeah, I don't know how.
So the Knicks got Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, and the Kings didn't get anybody. I think the Kings probably have the biggest argument to make, but it's kind of split down the middle. Do you pick De'Aaron Fox or Sabonis? And it's both log jams at those positions,
And the Timberwolves have the best record. I mean, it's historically, you get the best record, you're gonna have more All-Stars. I mean, that's kind of always.
And Street Clothes Davis is playing this year, so we can't knock him.
No, and so looking at the West, I don't think they have any injury replacements, but you got Doncic, KD, Shea, LeBron, and Jokic as your starters. You got Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi, and Kat as your reserves.
I think that's pretty solid, man. I think the West is going to smack the
Timberwolves.
East.
I don't know if they still do, but they had the best record going for a while. Like Jamal Murray didn't make it. Only one Nugget made it. So I think it's fair.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
Taster.
So Steph Curry made it. I'm not saying Steph isn't.
Yeah, but they're like 12th
or
place.
still doing work. But like, is that like a legacy in? Like that's like Tim Duncan making it in his like 18th year. Like it's like okay.
No,
we
that's
gonna let him
like
on
when
the
they
team.
put in VC and Dirk Nowitzki.
That's like Barkley was named a starter in like 93 or 94 in a season where he didn't even play up until the All-Star game.
Yeah, and so like I feel like Steph got on there probably.
No,
from that,
he
got
put
that
up 60
legacy
on them
in.
young guys the other day. So no,
This
Steph
was still
deserves
before,
it.
though. But no,
And he lost. I'm sorry, he lost.
yeah, I think it's a legacy / two-time MVP still in his prime.
Prime.
He's in the tail.
How is
Steph's
he
in his
not?
prime?
He's in the back window of his prime. Yeah, he just dropped 60. Name
I'm just saying, how's he not though,
when
Junior?
has someone dropped 60
I'm just
not in their
asking.
prime? Other than Will. Will did that shit
I
in his
guess
sleep.
it's just it's hard. It's hard to call a 33.
He's
34
35.
He's in the
Or
bracket
36.
though. And he's a different breed. He's literally the first of his kind that we've ever seen. So who's to say when his prime is over?
No, LeBron. I mean,
Well, LeBron is too. They're not mutually
Steph is-
exclusive. Like they could be mutually
Steph is
exclusive.
not
They both are the first of their kinds, and they're both going to play for them.
yes. Yeah.
LeBron's not.
Yeah,
in
no,
his
he's
prime.
not in his
Can we agree on that? LeBron is not in his prime.
No,
Like not even.
he
I get what you're saying about that, but Steph, I mean, the guy is Stepherless.
Did you say Stefford?
And that's what I'm saying. He's getting in because of name mostly. I mean, I'm saying usually you would think that someone whose team is at least fighting in the mid pack for the playoff spot versus a team that is like not even in the play-in right now or barely hanging on, over in the All-Star game. And it's okay to admit that Steph is getting in over De'Aaron Fox because he's Steph. And
Well,
I
if
feel
you
like
look
it's
at-
okay to admit that. And De'Aaron, that sucks for you. That sucks for you,
So
De'Aaron.
the Warriors are in 12th place in the West, and Steph got in their best player. The best player on the Raptors, who are also in the 12th place in the East, you could say is a snub, and Scotty Barnes. Dude is having a crazy year. His coach, went nuts in that post-game interview that one time after they played the Lakers and got like three free throw shots. But yeah, so stuff to talk about. We'll see who replaces those two dudes in the East. Someone could get hurt in the West this week. It's still not decided.
Wait, how do we feel about Wemby as a potential injury?
Bro.
I think he should be there.
You said what?
I think he should be there.
How do we think about Wemby? Yeah,
I think
How is he not an all-star?
record. They have 10 wins.
I'm biased, y'all.
I
Come
guess.
on,
I mean,
hey,
record, okay.
Hey,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we need some kind of drop. We need some kind of soundbite for every time I bring up Wemby, Chris. Like
Yeah,
some kind
it's
of
a
graphic or
drinking
something,
game.
bro. Because like it's gonna happen.
I remember this off dome because I watched this. I've recorded the '93 All-Star game, and it was MJ wasn't playing. Scottie Pippen was wearing all red shoes. It was and Shaq was a rookie. And Shaq made the All-Star team. And I watched this. I remember I would get sick in the middle of the night and like have a stomach ache, and I just watch that shit on replay. So I know that game inside and out. But anyway, Shaq made that game as a rookie, and I'm pretty sure Orlando did not have a winning record. So there is precedent for.
Where was the 93 All-Star at? Where was that at?
It was in Minnesota,
Come on,
maybe.
man.
I think it was Minnesota. I think it was the East Bay Funk Dunk. No, that was '95 with.
Oh, no. 93, that was JR. Yes.
That
When
was
he called
95.
it at the draft night. No.
All right. Anyway, I'm saying I think there's precedent for a rookie that is everyone's talking about in the league making an All-Star game.
I'm gonna look that up. You're right. You're right. You said it right though, Chris.
93
That's
was in
Minnesota,
Utah.
East Bay. Oh, Utah. Okay, I'm
was in
gonna ask
Salt
this
Lake
question real quick because this is biased. How do these other cities, Minnesota, Utah, but the Blazers have never hosted an All-Star
They
game.
blame it on the hotels.
I don't.
Portland's too small time, bro. Portland's small time.
Salt Lake's bigger. Salt Lake is built for the Olympics.
I get it, but
Yeah, and the thing is, Salt Lake had to build infrastructure for that. So like, Portland's not willing to do that, even if it like if NBA came to Portland tomorrow and said, "Hey, we really want to get you an All-Star game," they would lay out a list.
we got a
50
Ritz
things
Carlton
Portland would have
now,
to do.
man. Come on, man.
And Portland would just say no, like there's not appetite for that here.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
It's just facts.
It
Got a better
doesn't make
chance
sense
hosting
to me.
another one. Seattle will host another All-Star game before Portland will.
That's sad.
Hey,
Yeah.
you put one note in here before we do our Hoop Grids live. You put a note in here about Haliburton. If he misses more than 5 more games, it could cost him $45 million. That's nuts, bro.
Well, Chris, you remember when we talked about this in the summertime with the CBA, breaking it down that if players don't play 65 games, they're not eligible for postseason awards. So the big motherfucker is hurt. So he ain't winning back-to-back MVPs. So next, we might as well give it to Luka, But if he's not an All-NBA and he's up for his rookie contract, he gonna have to sign that baby max, And that would cost Klay Thompson $40+ million. These, not making an All-NBA team costs some people a lot of money.
Yeah, there's those small, they're big incentives, but it's fine print. I guess is like those little things, like the Seattle contract with Jody Allen selling it before a certain date. I like when you find those things, man. Keep them coming. I think that's tough because I think, dude, you want to be all about winning, and if you play through when you're injured and should be resting, you're not helping your team, and it's a selfish thing because you're going after your bonus. So, I don't know. There's a lot of scrutiny. I wonder if Indiana fans are. I'm sure they're onto that and talking about it a lot there.
And here's real quick, Junior. I wanted to tell you guys this stat though. I looked at his games played in his career. He's never played more than 65 games. How about that?
Well, he only has
I believe that.
How long has he been in the league?
I'll just say
6 years
he missed his first year though entirely.
with Sacramento, and then when he got traded to Indianapolis.
Oh yeah.
Look at his games played, Chris. Look at it. I looked that up just so I would be like, bro, you ain't even played more than 60 games in a whole year.
Well, they knew that's a good incentive then for the team to put in the contract because they knew that was the tipping point.
Yeah, okay, but I'm just going to say that players signed off on this contract, man. So, clearly the players weren't. I'm just saying, because you can look at it from the other way. If somebody's not getting in, you might get in, right? So, hey, you might be on the cusp of that All-NBA team, and somebody in front of you can't play 65 games, but you're out here playing 80 games. Heck yeah, you're going to think you deserve it over them, right? So yeah, Haliburton might lose 45 mil, but somebody's gonna gain 45 mil on the other end of it. So it goes both ways.
There's more money.
That's true. That's true.
All right, let's get these hoop grids going, man.
I love it. I love it.
I got it pulled up. We're gonna record the whole thing. Share the screen.
Man, y'all are so much better at these than me, though. But I'm happy to go along.
Bro, you contributed last time.
Oh, all right. Let's see.
All right,
Let's see who we got here.
Kyle Korver
and Al Horford teammate. Holy shit. All right. Damn, that's a tough one.
It's like the Kevin Bacon degrees of separation.
Jeff Teague played for so many teams that, man, we should be able to find somebody for him.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is a tough one, guys. Wow.
All right, so Jeff Teague, let's go with the team. The team is going to be easy. So Jeff Teague in Atlanta played with...
Didn't he play with Kyle Korver?
Joe Johnson? No, that's too high of a name.
Let's just start.
It's got to be... what's his name? What's the white boy from Kansas?
Heinrich?
Heinrich, yeah.
Let's go here.
I forgot all about Heinrich.
Oh,
Hey man, he was nice.
Got that
on
bubble
defense,
gum.
man. He's
'Cause they-
yeah.
See, he played with both of them, Horford and him.
Josh Smith?
Teague. Yep. Josh Smith.
Okay.
Hey, put the local guy. Hey, see if Thomas Gardner pops up
For who? Atlanta?
for Horford and Teague.
And
'Cause he was-
Millsap
he was-
played there.
Yeah. So Thomas Gardner. No. Oh, that's the local. You know what I'm saying?
You got him
2003.
on all three of them, though.
No.
Nope.
Damari Carroll. Dang. This is a trash one, bro. Like, real talk. This one sucks today.
Thought no one was going to play.
Well, it's difficult.
Yeah, they don't got
Nope.
Thomas Gardner.
We only needed one hit last time. We're gonna need
So,
one.
No, we got this.
3,
These are just
4.
easy ones. We
Okay.
can go Joe Kim Noah.
Yep.
Oh, no. Wait. Who played with Millsap? So Millsap also played
So,
in
In Utah.
and he also played in Denver.
Andre Karolinko? No. Who's the point guard? Mike Conley? Yeah, Mike Conley?
Conley probably works on a lot of these.
Nope. Damn. He didn't play for Atlanta. Damari Carroll. Damari Carroll was in and out. Now he's an assistant coach. I can't think of where, but I seen him again somewhere.
Bro, he been everywhere too, man. It's like, dang, like.
Oh, Dwight Howard. That's a
Hard
good
to
guess.
find.
I'm just gonna put
Nope.
Dwight Howard all over the map because all these Hawks players.
Josh Smith. So who was the other? Mike Bibby? Mike Bibby.
Oh, Dwight Howard. There we go. Hawks. Corver. Bibby played for the Hawks.
Okay.
Yeah. He was with Mike Bibby. Yeah, he was there.
Who's another
Mike
obscure
Bibby.
Hawks player? Mutombo? That's too early.
Pro. I never watch Atlanta. This is
Jeff T.
God, why can't I? Oh, hey, what about Stoudemire?
Salim?
Salim?
That's not gonna work,
Yeah.
bro. They're not gonna have him. That's too old.
He was with. When was where? Al was in. Oh no. Salim was there with Millsap and them, bro, in Atlanta.
No, I literally just typed that in.
Damn. Okay, so the local. That's another
I think
local
he played
guy.
with the Pacers, and he played with like Paul George. Who did Carroll play with? Millsap.
Ooh. Hey, what's the big?
Boozer.
What's his name?
Boozer.
Hibbert. Roy Hibbert.
Oh yeah, did Boozer ever play for Atlanta?
No, but Boozer definitely played with Carroll. I bet. Roy Hibbert. Damn.
Roy Hibbert, blast from the past. Blazers legend, Roy Hibbert.
Robin Lopez.
Man, we're just saying random names and it ain't working.
I know.
Ribbert.
Who's another? Listen, I'm saying Atlanta. Like what? ATL shouty?
Hold on, we gotta do Josh Smith some more. Josh Smith. Bro.
Wow. All right. I don't even. Who else did Damari Carroll play for?
I'm gonna copy and paste now.
Teammates with Kyle Korver. So let's see. Kyle Korver in Philly.
He had a cup of
Bro.
coffee at the Spurs, I think.
Really?
Carroll,
So
yeah,
teammates with Carroll. I don't know who he played for. I gotta look that up.
Carroll
I don't
played
even know.
for the Nets. And
So KG?
boy, KG didn't play with
No,
Millsap or Teague.
Nah, he's not that old.
No, they weren't there. Paul Pierce,
Hint mode.
Jeff T.
All right, for Carroll and Corver, Kareem. Oh, DeJounte Murray.
Probably
Oh,
DeJounte.
No,
it's Al
no,
Horford.
he's way too old.
It's Inception.
It's got to be Alex Burks.
It's Al Horford. That's messed up.
That's
They
way
tricked
too-
us.
Wow.
Ooh, Alec Burks though.
He played in a lot of teams too. This one, you know what, Chris? I'm throwing the white flag because these are a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, it's trash. Yeah, we suck today.
Schroeder.
I forgot about James Johnson, man.
Robert Parrish.
Come on.
Oh,
Fredette?
Taylor, I remember him, bro.
Jimmer played in Sacramento with him.
Well, there's no hint mode for this.
Horrible.
Millsap and the Hawks. Anybody from Millsap? Joe Johnson.
Who else was on those? Who else was on those teams in Atlanta? They were decent. They had the best record. Wouldn't it be Carroll
Oh yeah.
or Jay Crowder?
Did they have
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got a decent haul here with the Hawks. We got 4 golds and a bubble gum. You know, I'll take that.
Yeah, that was trash.
That was
today.
real trash.
Damn.
Hey,
Hey,
we made
good
it
job,
through.
though, boys. I mean, like I said, that was no.
Yeah, I
doubt,
wanted to
man.
quit
Y'all
early.
got it.
All right. Hey, speaking of obscurity and basketball, Mike James of AC Monaco is 75 points away from being the all-time leader in EuroLeague history. I know everybody's counting down at home on their own, but JD, you've been calling this one for a while. How you feel?
I mean, that's the local legend, man. Like, to go over abroad and be the all-time leading scorer from Northeast Portland, didn't get a real big scholarship, you know, like Mike's cousin, you know, Marcus, you know what I'm saying? That's our homeboy, you know what I'm saying? That's our partner, you know, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, he's from our city, went to Grant, won a state championship at Grant, played at Lamar. Like, it's pretty cool. You go to Europe, you bounce around, but, you know, people over in Europe consider him to be a pro's pro, and that's a salute to him.
And I think that's what's up, man. I think we're kind of sheltered a little bit, you know, by American sports. And, you know, when an American goes overseas and does something great, it doesn't get talked about unless something happens, you know, unless there's some crazy, you know, event or circumstance, and then there's a documentary about it or something, right? Ooh, is anyone doing a Mike James documentary? Should we jump on that, bro? Should we get the rights to that?
Send the Apple crew out there.
Well, bro, you know, Chris, you started talking about speaking of Americans that go overseas and play basketball and do big things. Like, I thought you were talking.
Nah, bro, you did little things overseas.
Bro, but like, bro, I played half a season in Germany, but the experience one in a lifetime. But I'm gonna shout out to Mike James, Chitano. I know he's your boy. I know you bring him up a bunch, man, and it is just cool to see a local kid, you know, make big moves.
And didn't
I've got to play with him a few
It's cool. Like,
times in
everybody-
some open run over there at the Jordan Center, you know what I'm saying, Northeast Portland. And, you know, pros do what pros do. They shoot from fucking half court and don't play no defense.
Yep. Hey, let's wrap it up with another record about to be broken, and that is Ms. Caitlin Clark, about to be the all-time leading women's college basketball scorer. I think that's relevant because Caitlin Clark is the GOAT, and she's breaking a Pac-12 record, Conference of Champions, just being dismantled one day at a time, 1 hour by hour. There's bad news, but you know, shout out to Kelsey Plum. She's still in like CarMax commercials and stuff. Isn't she married to someone famous?
A ex-Raider,
Okay.
Darren Waller.
But he's an ex-Raider. He was just a rookie on Hard Knocks.
Darren Waller. Well, he wasn't a rookie. He was like he was his first time getting seeing him get playing time.
I looked for him on Madden a lot though. He had good hands.
Oh, bro, he's so fast. Once he caught it, he could catch that quick out and be gone on those linebackers. Oh,
Hey,
so
do you
nice.
remember? Real
okay,
quick though, the reason I think this is funny is because we can circle this back to a Portland thing, and she's gonna break. You know, Plum broke Jackie Styles' record You know, and remember
Portland
when she
Fire.
played for Portland Fire?
Hey, bro, I went to one of those games, man. I don't know why, but I did.
And you know,
Yeah, they were giving out
That's
tickets
why.
like when
Yeah,
they first
they
came
were giving those out like
so
trans
many
basketball
tickets, Chris.
cards.
It was like they were giving out everyone's tickets. Okay, well, I know you brought up Caitlin Clark, but we're not talking about Juju from USC putting up 51 the other night though.
Nah, man, I gotta watch
I didn't watch
the
the game.
I know what I'm gonna watch though. The next women's sporting event is Sabrina challenging Stephen Curry for the 3-point crown. I don't think she's gonna win, but it'll still be fun. Shout out to the Ducks.
I wish we could. I
why
wish we
can't she
could
win?
show people our text thread, because our text thread gets kind of lit when we sit here talking about women's college basketball. Because this men's game is trash, but the women's game, LSU and South Carolina game, when we was sitting there talking Reese and you know, the local girl from Wenatchee, you know, like those girls is,
Haley Van Gogh.
yeah.
Van Lit.
Van Lith or something like, bro, she got handles, man.
Yeah,
she
she's
has
got that.
handles. Like, dang.
And
bro.
college basketball for
Bro.
the girls is much better than the college basketball for the men.
Also, they're
I'm gonna
making
be
more
honest.
coin than the dudes because they're girls, and the NIL, like, dudes want to look at girls on social media, so they're always going to make more money there. I bet. Like, that's just my hot take.
I just think, but to your point though, Gitano, it's about
It's a better game.
Like when we were kids, the skill level in women's, the gap was so big. Like, I'm not saying you didn't have skilled women's basketball players, but like the bottom, the difference between the top and the bottom was so large. That gap is, I mean, you still see some blowouts, but women's college basketball used to be just blowout after blowout after blowout. And we're talking like 40-point games and shit, right? Like, it's definitely a lot different. And the same with like NBA. You can argue whether like the NBA game is a better product than it was 20 years ago, but what you can't argue is that just players are more skilled. I mean, 7-foot dudes have handles now. They did not have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't argue that people aren't more skilled. And so it's the same with women's basketball. They're just more skilled than they were 20 years ago. And it just shows in a better
100%.
product.
And Juju did that against Stanford and Cameron Brink, who is you know, Beaverton Mountainside grad. You know, Steph Curry's her god brother. You know, so like Juju, she been stacking the gym. Caitlin's making $1 million a year in NIL. Like, she goes to the WNBA, she's about to take a pay cut.
For real.
Like, that's sad.
No, everything's different,
So
man.
I think she's gonna stay in the. I think she's gonna stay one more year, because she's got another year of eligibility, I think, and I think she might stay another year so she can get the coin.
Well, and
I would.
also then you make all of those records untouchable. You know, you go. It's like if Pete Maravich had a freshman year to play.
And a 3-point line.
Yeah, and a 3-point. Well, yeah, I mean, he didn't need that, but give him a 4th year. But yeah, I think I wouldn't be shocked if she stayed, because you have your whole life to be a pro. Women play until they're 40 in the WNBA, and I have no stats on that. I'm just, that's a hot take. But
Deanna Taurasi, Sue Bird.
that, and you know, they have.
Becky Hammond plays.
Bro, they have
like
kids.
36
They go
or
become
whatever,
announcers, and then
40,
come back and
like,
play. Like Candace Parker, I can't keep up with it. But anyway, like, she has the rest of her life for that. You're right. Make the money. Set the record. The records is where you become immortal. And yeah, your money is going to be fun while you're here. But and that's a nice incentive to keep you going. But I think she can cement herself as the GOAT and set some records that will never be broken. Which makes me think, did Cheryl Miller, she couldn't play 4 years, right? Because she would have had all the records. She probably only played 3.
No, she did. She
Well,
did.
also,
She played because
did you
they
let her
won the
play
national
4?
championship her freshman year.
Okay.
But Chris, I feel like you can't really say untouchable. I mean, like, Wilt records are untouchable because of the circumstances of Wilt playing against 6'5" dudes, and he
But
was
the
like
career
7'2".
records. The career
Like,
records.
I-
like, people can have season records, but I think career records, especially even in women's college hoops, when you can go pro early, it's another category of people that you're not going to have to hold off to keep your record. You know, the really good players.
But she's getting
It'll be
6
more
years.
difficult. It'll be
But
more
these
difficult.
people are getting 2 extra years because of the COVID too.
Well, not if you play. You can't get 6 years of
No.
actual eligibility. You get 6
and-
years if you sit out
No,
or transfer
Junior,
or whatever.
if
can't
you
play
played,
6
even if you
seasons.
played sports during COVID 2020, right? Guys are getting another year of eligibility
You said guys though.
because of the COVID year.
Yeah, but they're only max getting like 5 years though. You're not getting 6 years. You're not getting 6 seasons of you putting up stats. Is what I'm.
Yes, you are. Guarantee it. It's out there.
All right, man. Bring the
All
proof
right,
next
well,
time. Okay.
all right, I'll do it. Watch. I'll do it right now. Do the research, Chris, as we talk about the last topic or the last 2 topics.
I think that was the last topic. I skipped the F1s.
Oh yeah, shout out! Hey, I heard an analogy about that F1. Was it
Yeah,
Lewis
let's talk about it, June. Since you know what I'm saying, Chris on the X's out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, it's like it'd be like an NFL player like saying like yeah, okay, I'm playing for the Chiefs this year, but in the middle of the season he's like, yeah, to hell with the Chiefs, I'm going to the Broncos next year, and I'm just like letting y'all know, man. And it's like, dang, like I don't know if that analogy is true, but if so, that's kind of cold, right? Like that's got to be unprecedented in the racing world, right?
I think all right. So here's the story: Lewis Hamilton, 7-time champion, is leaving Mercedes, where he's won 6 of his championships. Next year, he's gonna race the 2024 season with Mercedes, but come 2025, he's going over to the red and yellow and the Ferrari. He's gonna
Red and yellow,
race
red and
for the
yellow.
Ferrari.
Hey, I was watching some
And-
racing
and-
today, but it had nothing to do with racing.
I gotta ask you guys, come May or in a couple
You didn't want to stay
months,
with that.
the F1 series on Netflix is coming out. I didn't even hear you, Chris. The lag was real bad. You guys should watch the F1 show on Netflix. It's great.
I'm so over F1 because there's so much
I
of
will
it at
not.
work, but I'm sure it's great.
Okay, hold up. We gotta talk about the shoes that got sold from Mike
Come
Jordan.
on, man. Let me see what I was gonna say. If we're just gonna have fucking free for all.
Round table,
Round
bro.
table.
It's a round
Hey,
table.
did you guys watch? Did you guys hear about Griselda on Netflix?
It's a great show. I loved it.
So, and you know that they're suing Homegirl from Modern Family, and they're suing Netflix. So the surviving
'cause they
son
didn't-
said that they used interviews from the private interviews they didn't have the rights to, whatever. But anyway, that show was dope, and then they recommended watching Cocaine Cowboys afterwards, and I was watching it, and in parallel with all this stuff going on with Griselda, there's these 2 dudes that non-violent drug dealers are also pulling in billions of dollars a year, but with their money they are doing water boat racing, and like a really elite, really affluent sport, and they're traveling around doing all these drug deals on aliases and with fake IDs and stuff. And they're doing interviews on ESPN, and a detective in LA was watching ESPN and was like, that so-and-so is like, he's a fugitive, and he said his name is this, and these guys are just flaunting on ESPN. It's crazy. Anyway, sorry. I got on Griselda, and that led me on to something else. In speedboat racing I was watching today. So I want to give speedboat racing a little shout out.
Yeah, I mean,
Stick with me.
Bro, we're gonna turn into the #1 speedboat racing podcast in the country
the
now.
culture-
Watch
yeah,
it.
Sal. What is his name? Chris Sal, right?
Yeah,
Sal.
Sal and
Uh-huh.
some other dude.
Yeah, I watched that years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
it
so
popped back up.
those guys with all the money, I'm gonna ask you guys this: would you pay? What is that? 8-10 figures for a game used or game worn Michael Jordan shoe?
I think you got to put that into context. So, give me a percentage of what amount of my wealth am I giving up for that shoe? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know, but
If I got $10 billion, yeah, sure, I'll drop $6 million on
Yeah,
whatever the
exactly.
hell I want. What the hell does it matter?
But if that's my entire life savings,
Like,
nah.
who cares at that point? Do I think it's? I'll answer the question this way. Do I think it's ridiculous that would sell for that price? Yeah, man, that's stupid. Like, I mean, earthly possessions, man. Come on, it's not about that, right? It's all about relationships that we're building and the connections we make with people and the impact we make in this world. Who needs $6 million pair of
get it.
sneakers, y'all?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that Black Jesus' shoes is that cheap.
Kanye shoes?
You think so?
They selling Kanye shoes now? What are we talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like,
man. Hey.
I thought that was a low number.
Oh man.
But Gitano values things at a different rate. You know, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Hey, it is what it's worth to you. You know what I'm saying, Junebug?
Exactly.
It is what somebody's willing to pay.
Hey,
for.
man.
Exactly.
Let's. Are we gonna talk again before the Super Bowl? Or are we gonna do it at post Super Bowl?
That's really up to you, Kris.
Oh, it's on me now.
Oh, it's been on you.
Hey,
we're on the editor's schedule. Whatever the editor can get.
All right, let's try to get one on Friday or Saturday or
Just,
something, man. I'll holler at you guys off the pod about it, man. Appreciate you guys.
All right,
be
keep us
good.
posted, bro.
We'll check. All right.
Rest up, Kris.
Really loud now, Kris.
Yeah, bro, you're loud as fuck in my ear, man.
Let me turn it down.
Hey.
Bro.
Mic check. Holla at you.
Turn me up in the headphones a little bit.
Turn my
me
snare
down.
up.